You're watching the Chinese silver bullet. Do you know what causes insatiable demand for physical silver? Knowledge. When one understands the fundamentals of silver and the highly manipulated silver market, when one understands the depravity and outright fraud of the Western world's monetary and financial system, and when one decides to make that first purchase of physical silver, there is a moment, a powerful, unmistakable moment of enlightenment. Indeed, knowledge begets real physical buying, and lots of it. Most of us live in the United States, a country of just over 300 million people, and of those 300 million people, only a small fraction of less than 1% own any physical precious metals. On the other side of the world, however, there are just over 1 billion people who live in a culture which appreciates the value of precious metals. A culture in which their own government actively promotes the idea of its citizens owning precious metal. In fact, China is one of the few countries on earth in which the government actively prints its own currency and has not turned over that authority to a Western central bank. And perhaps therein lies the rub. The government of China can see the writing on the wall. They own more than $1 trillion of practically worthless U.S. paper dollars, and they have 1 billion people who want to seek a better life. 1 billion people who are becoming very aware of the physical silver and gold markets. 1 billion people who are prodigious savers. And perhaps it is for these reasons that the Chinese have announced that China's exportation of the precious metal silver will drop by 40% in the immediate future. Chinese investors are now hoarding silver along with other resources. China is short of resources for these 1 billion people, so the investors believe the metals will be more valuable in the future. These investors are correct. In fact, physical silver exported from China is already down nearly 2,500 tons in 2010, the equivalent of some 80 million ounces. When it comes to the term rare earths, one may want to start including silver. China needs to retain silver in China for Chinese industry and for Chinese citizens. And so it goes. Those who were once the paupers of the world will soon be princes. And back home in the old US of A, well, we've got trillions in bailouts for Wall Street, a $1 trillion mortgage fraud meltdown, potentially trillions more in QE2 right around the corner, and lots of paper dollars. Got physical silver? Thanks for watching the Chinese Silver Bullet.